Thank you. And can we get an amen for having her work over at the mayor's office? Just another update on the airport. I was with some folks yesterday. We're doing an academic EV charging conference at Chateau Lawn from November 9th. You're our featured speaker, November 9th through the 11th. And was with part of that group yesterday. One of them included one of the largest cab owners in Atlanta who was sitting in the meeting. And I said to the group, look, what's to stop us from buying some used Nissan Leafs, and let's do a pilot program with the airport, with Atlanta, with your cab company, and run some Nissan Leafs painted green, through our city. Can we do this? Can we? These cabs are waiting over there in the lot. Some of them idling for 2.5 hours. The reason I know is because I went up to the cab drivers and asked them the other night. I was at the airport. I just went down the line. How long have you been waiting to get over here? I've been waiting 2.5 hours to pick up this fare. So if you think about, if you've ever flown in and just peeked out the window as you were coming in and looked at the cab lot there's a lot of cabs sitting there. A lot of them staging. And this is something that I really want to see accomplished. Other cities, Boston, they tried hybrids. San Francisco's done a few things, and I'd really like to see us green our taxi fleet. And no better time to do it than while we have Stephanie over in the mayor's office and while we have this mayor in office. So let's really work towards that. I brought this button in. It's 2,000 megawatts of solar here. This was printed up by one of the lobbyists during our recent integrated resource planning period. Now, maybe only Christy knows really about integrated, and Kurt, and there's a few of you that know about integrated resource planning in detail. I mean, Christy knows enough about this stuff. She could be a commissioner. Don't run against me. But one of them they were really pushing for 2,000 megawatts. We didn't get 2,000, but we got 1,200, and that's a lot. And that is great progress. And nobody ever claps for the commissioner, so that's really good. That's really, really good. I mean, even your group leaders got a round of applause, right? As they gave their report. Commissioners, no respect. So, I'm just teasing. So, getting this 1.2 gigawatts is really important. It's a little carve out for industrial and commercial customers. So, expect to see more on top of Walmart's and Target's. IKEA's been a good partner here. Purina, a good partner down on the south side. But expect to see more. And there's going to be, I think there's going to be an impact of that, Brandon, right? As those customers know that it's up there. My friends, I can't tell you how important this whole educational process is. I mean, think about the education that you get just from sitting in a group like this, right? And hearing the ideas and having to vote, having to think about this. These are things really that I wish every college student in Georgia could experience. And when I go to these campuses and I meet with these professors or these college presidents, I urge them to do something on their campus that can be seen. You don't have to do something big. You don't have to have a giant solar field out there. Let's just put a little small array right here in the middle where all the students can see it, right? I mean, those students at Georgia Tech, they see those electric vehicle chargers as they walk through parking lots around campus. You've got a bunch of them over there. And I think if we don't grab the millennials and this next generation while they're on our campuses and help them see the value of this, I don't know that we're going to get them. We need to get them now and help them understand that. Now, Stephanie mentioned about the mayor willing to come out and say the CC word. CC word. He wasn't afraid to say it. I'm not going to utter those words here today. I see Christy typing there away. Yeah, next article. But look, you know what? And I want to tell you, James Marlowe, stand up, James Marlowe. Just stand up, raise your shoulder, and just stand up. Thank you. Sit down, James. You know, I really think we need more people like James who are politically savvy. See, James doesn't insist that I use the CC word. He doesn't care that I ever even say it, that I ever even think it. What James wants is to make progress in growing renewable energy in Georgia. He's not worried about rhetoric or vocabulary. Is Jay Bookman here? Good. Jay was trying to get me to say the CC word on Twitter the other day. You know what? It's not constructive. It's not constructive. You know, if you do something and put me out of office, how helpful is that to you? If I lose my election, there has been no one, in my opinion, in political office in this state who's pushed for EVs as much as I have. No one. And so you're going to put me out of office over some vocabulary words? Are you kidding me? I told Jay, rhetoric is irrelevant. Just look at the current election out there. It's irrelevant. What matters is action. And James and a lot of folks working in the solar community, including Brian, including Anthony, they've been there. They've held our hands as we've grown solar in our state. They've helped us understand it. They've taken us out there, you know, to their developments, and we've learned, and we've been able to move this forward. I remind you, there are 5 Republicans on the Public Service Commission. 5. And we have moved solar forward in a big way. You know, when I took office in 2001, Georgia Power, in my opinion, was very hostile to solar. You know what? They're not hostile anymore. We brought them to the table. We gave them a piece of the action. We gave them a leadership role. And we have grown our solar in Georgia in a big way. And is it exactly the way California would have done it? No. Germany? No. Arizona? No. But we have done it in our own way, and we have had great success with that. And so, and let me leave you with this. You play with a hand that you've been dealt. Right? So some of you, I know, you're exasperated over, you know, why can't you do this? This would be better. Look, this is the current landscape that we have. Let's do the best that we can with what we have. Don't burn a bunch of bridges where we can't continue to make progress. That's why it is important for you as growing activists, as growing influencers, to learn, if you haven't already, the value of building relationships. It's relationships. Isn't that right, Stephanie? I see that hand.
Can I say one thing?
Of course you can.
So on the CC word, I think you raised an excellent point, but I think you do need both. You need leaders like C. Reed who are willing to openly talk about climate change and message on that important issue, but also be respectful. And you and Mayor Reed have such a great relationship, so that's a good example. Mayor Reed works really well with Nathan Deal, who's the other end of the political spectrum, but the ability to work across party lines and be respectful. Not everyone is willing or able to talk openly about climate change, but you do need leaders also like C. Reed who can speak about it intelligently and convey both, so we're hearing both sides of the issue. So just want to get that.
And when I take trips, you know, to Germany or to Israel, I went with Kwanzaa Hall to Israel, went with Stacey Abrams, on a trip, you know what that does? It helps me build relationships with these other leaders. And it's out of that mutual respect that you treat them differently, right? And you're not trying to do a gotcha on them. You know, that you honor them and you respect them, you work with them. I mean, Kurt, to me, I often use you as an example. You represented GIPL at this last Integrated Resource Plan. I love to watch you get up and cross-examine witnesses. I love I love the respect that you show to commissioners and to our process. It means something to me. It helps you, I believe, gain a hearing. It makes your arguments, more on point. And you heard what Georgia Power said at the end of the process, that, you took the time to bring witnesses. You did it right in the process, and they called you out in a good way for it. So we've got a lot of very talented people in this room. I just don't want you to get exasperated or feel that you got to start, burning bridges or throwing bombs, or that you will work with, the structure that we have, and let's continue to move our state forward. Your ideas are important. It is important for people like me to get out there and see this stuff and hear the ideas and just grow through the process. So, look, I'm grateful not to have a Democratic opponent in this election cycle. I can't tell you the joy that I have experienced the second half of this year. And you know what? They could have put someone up against me, and I do believe that because of the policies that I put forward, because of the efforts that I've made, I think people like you who have a deep concern for some of these issues, you see that, and I think you're happy with the way, at least as far as I'm moving, even though I don't say this CC word. I think you're happy with that, and my door continues to be open to you, and I want to continue to grow in this area. I want to see our state continue to make progress. So thanks for allowing me to come and give an update. Thank you.